Excuse me, I'm drinking seltzer water if you can't tell.
I've had actually, apparently 2 people who said they're interested in donating Infinite Warfare to me to play it, but I haven't gotten any specifics yet. If ever you want to be interested in donating something to me, okay, do not just do it. Because there are some people who, they just send me stuff, or they'll email me with like, oh, here's a code, play this game. Don't do that. What you should do, if you're ever interested in donating to me, email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com and explain the situation, explain what you're interested in donating, and I will respond to you, okay? Because the bottom line is there's people who have been sending me some stuff, and I'm like, I had no plans on playing this, so please don't send this to me. You know, I'm not interested in it. And I don't want people, I honestly don't want people kind of wasting their time and money on stuff that maybe I just had no intentions of ever playing to begin with, okay? I want to give everyone a small status update on the business and everything that's going on. Number 1, views remain about the same. So my views have not gone up. I was hoping they would have, especially with the kind of bad information I gave you last week. If you remember last weekend, I revealed that views are pretty much stagnant on DSP Gaming. I don't know why, because typically this time of year, my views always skyrocket with the new games at the end of the year. Now, it could very much have to do with the fact that my videos don't show up in YouTube search anymore, which is 100% true. I've noticed that the few videos of mine from DSP Gaming that did show up in YouTube search this year were huge. For example, and you can check me on this, Doom, when I played the multiplayer of Doom much earlier this year, not the multiplayer, excuse me, the multiplayer beta of Doom, and I believe that was at late April, there was a multiplayer beta released, okay? I played it as soon as it was released. So as soon as I heard it was live, I played it that night. I was one of the first people to put up any footage of the Doom multiplayer beta on YouTube, and my videos got ridiculous views. My first video got 50,000 plus views, okay? But if you look at my other videos, they don't show up in YouTube search like that anymore. They just don't, because of what happened last year with the false copyright strikes against my channel, and my channel dropping insanely low in the YouTube rankings. I'm not getting that natural, that organic inflow of views that I get later on in the year usually. I'm not getting, okay? So it kind of sucks. This past week, I've been kind of, continuing on with stuff. Like, I started Dragon Ball, and that's doing kind of playing Titanfall. I have no idea, because I just started playing Titanfall, so I have no idea how this is going to do. Batman, I did episode 3, that was kind of you know what I mean? It wasn't amazing, but it certainly wasn't terrible. They're all kind of like kind of middle of the road, you know what I mean? I have noticed that ad revenue has gone up, and I actually asked Leanna this week, my girlfriend, because she watches YouTube videos. She watches all kinds of YouTube videos. She watches all kinds of wrestling-related videos. She watches, oh god, I'm not even gonna get into comedy, all kinds of stuff, okay? And I asked her, I said, this week as you've been watching YouTube videos, have you noticed anything different? And she said, yeah. In fact, a lot of new ads, pretty much all new ads, like the ads that are on YouTube now are not the old ones that have been running for months. It's a new slew of ads, and a lot more ads. And I said, you know what? I think what happened is we're now entering the 2-month period. It usually runs from late October till just before Christmas, okay? 2 months of incredibly heavy advertising on YouTube. And this is the blitz, the media blitz, the big advertisement blitz. Every video you watch is going to have ridiculous ads for a million things for Christmas and everything at the end of the year, right? And I think what's happened is ad revenues are going up right now. Because if I actually take a look at my income for this week, it went up a little bit. It hasn't been the same stagnant. It's actually increased a little bit. But when I compare that with my views didn't really go up. So what that means is there's just more profit right now to be made. So the good news is, for the next 2 months, hopefully, okay, as I plug away at all the new releases coming out, of which there's a bunch coming up shortly, as I review all these new releases for a channel like KO Gaming, right, ad revenue should be at an all-time high. And so I'm hoping with this big push towards the end of the year through all these new releases and also my year-end stuff that's coming up. Keep in mind, I do my year-end series, the best games, the worst games, the funniest moments, all that stuff I think should get a lot of attention for KO Gaming at the end of the year. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for a big push, and the best case scenario, alright, honestly, the best case scenario for me would be this. The next 2 months, I make some extra money, okay? And it helps me early on next year when things are going to slow down with the ad revenue. But because I'm constantly covering all these new releases and I'm getting a new audience in KO Gaming, I retain that viewership for next year. Because if you're not aware, early 2017 is one of the busiest times ever in gaming. So many games kind of got delayed or pushed or just happened to coming out in the early months of 2017 that it's going to be insane. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to cover everything. I might actually have to just skip some major releases because there's so many coming out early next year. And that's good. If I could take this momentum from the end of this year and push it into early next year and keep moving like that, that would be amazing. But the bottom line is, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know what's going on anymore. I can't seem to control my viewership. I just don't get it.
Thank you to everyone who did pledge to my Patreon.
This month looks like it's going to be the highest Patreon I've ever had. As in, the most amount of people pledged, as well as the most amount of fundraising that I've ever done since I even launched it. It looks like it's actually going to surpass that first month that I ever did Patreon. I'm actually going to top that. So that's awesome. That's really freaking awesome. And thank you to everyone who did pledge. Okay, I hope that you'll retain your pledges. At the very least, if you did a big pledge for this month to help out, I hope that you'll, excuse me, that you'll remain an ongoing pledgee, patron of mine, but that you'll do like a low amount. Like I've said, $1 a month or $5 a month. Those are honestly the best perks, and they help out a lot, and they're not expensive to you, okay? Even though we've hit the monthly goal for this month, and it looks like we are doing the Indies Mini Marathon in November, please, if you can contribute, please do. This is the time I really need your support. I'm nervous about being able to do this as a job in the future. Okay? I really am. So please, if you can, please pledge. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. As little as $1 a month helps me tremendously.